Alright, so today I'm going to be discussing the differences between asymmetric and symmetric bilateral transfer. So when we talk about bilateral transfer, we are referring to the ability for learning a skill with one limb to influence the performance on another limb. So for example, if you're practicing writing or throwing with your dominant hand, you may notice improvement when you try the same skill with your non-dominant hand. This is also called cross transfer or intermanual transfer. So within bilateral transfer, there are these two divisions or types that we need to understand. First is the symmetric and the asymmetric transfer. So starting off with symmetric transfer, this occurs when for the amount of learning that transfers is about the same regardless of which limb or side you choose first. So in other words, if you start with your dominant side, you're really not going to notice a difference with your non-dominant side since they're both going to benefit equally. An example of this is if you are practicing with your right hand, it improves your left hand just as much as practicing with your left improves your right. That would be symmetric transfer. The transfer is balanced in both directions. On the other hand, asymmetric transfer occurs when one direction of transfer is stronger than the other. So this means that when practicing with one limb, it leads to greater improvements in the opposite limb than vice versa. A common example is when practicing with your dominant hand leads to noticeable improvements in your non-dominant hand. But practicing with your non-dominant hand does not improve your dominant hand as much. In this case, the transfer is unequal or asymmetric. The reason these differences can exist can be explained in a couple of ways. From a cognitive perspective, practicing a skill can helps you understand what needs to be done to achieve that goal, and the knowledge can be transferred between the limbs or the different sides. But for the motor control perspective, the brain develops a general motor program that can be used by both limbs, but sometimes one side is more efficient than the other, and applying it then can help it make it better, if that makes sense. To summarize, the key difference is that symmetric transfer pretty much is equal improvement between both limbs, while asymmetric transfer means one direction of transfer is stronger than the other. Understanding that this helps coaches, practitioners, or you as an athlete decide how to structure practice and improve on both sides of your body. Thanks.